Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Guinness, and it is a bottle of their Nigerian Foreign Extra Stout. And this one's coming in at 7.5% ABV. There you go. Quite a difficult beer to get hold of. As you'd imagine, it's kind of exported to Nigeria. They seem to like it, and there's no reason why they shouldn't. I've heard some great things about this beer. There's the bottle cap. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Okay, big fiery opening. And the word stout for me, while I'm pouring this beer out, the word stout means, it means strong. It means big, strong and bold. So a stout really should, for me anyway, it should be this. It should be 7.5% ABV. Beer in the glass then. Looks great. Really kind of dark black beer. No light coming in there whatsoever. It's a one finger tan coloured head. A little bit of carbonation maybe kind of making its way up the side of the glass, but that looks a very pleasant stout indeed. Let's get my nose into the beer then. It smells really sweet, but with that sweetness comes a nice malty kind of roasted chewiness at the same time. Oh, that smells really, really good. Chocolate, a really sweet chocolate kind of aroma on the beer. This should be called Guinness Double Chocolate, for me, in the aroma anyway. I'm going to dive in, cheers. Oh wow. Wow. I've not been able to say that about Guinness before. All that kind of crazy stuff that goes on in that can when it's around 4%, forget it, I'm not interested. This is a shockingly good beer. What you get up front, for me anyways, is this kind of brown sugar, it's almost like a tanning, a brown sugared tanning, when it's almost kind of, it's a concentrated brown sugar. And then that moves away quietly, even though it's a big prominent flavour, and it moves on to a nice big roasted kind of barley sensation of chocolate, coffee and caramel. This is fabulous. Next thing I want to talk about is just the mouthfeel. Again, that 4% Guinness that you see in the can really doesn't give a mouthfeel of a big stout. When you see all that kind of crazy, weird stuff that goes on when you pour a can of Guinness out, you'd expect something really thick, creamy, even gloopy like. But it's none of that. It's just a beer that's been changed over the years. I'm not going to go into why it's changed and how it's changed and how bad it's changed. I'm not going to get into none of that. What I'm going to concentrate on is this beer in my hand. And the question, if anybody at Guinness ever kind of watch this beer review, I doubt they ever will. But why do they feel the need to export this kind of stuff to Nigeria I mean, I got every respect for Nigerian people for wanting to buy this. It's fantastic. It's really good. But what I don't have respect for is why the people of the UK don't want to buy it anymore. It's kind of shocking, because it's a shockingly good beer. It's like to begin with, and I'll be honest, I've nailed that flavour, that kind of brown sugar. It's like a turbocharged man's brown ale to begin with. It's like man's brown ale on drugs. And then that moves on, like I say, to this fantastic mouthfeel, this nice creamy medium body sensation with the carbonation, and then what you've kind of left with is that lovely kind of chocolate, coffee and caramel finish. I'll make my plea again. I've talked about this beer enough. I'll make my plea again. Why isn't this beer? You can get the foreign extra in, I believe it's Asda. So perhaps that is the same version as this here. But I was always told, if you see a bottle of Nigerian foreign extra, which we have here, is to pick it up because it's such a good beer. And for them people who have told me to pick this up, good on you. Good on you. I'm glad I've had the experience and the chance to try it, because it's a wonderful beer. Time for a rating on Guinness Nigerian foreign extra. It's almost faultless. It's such a good beer. You quite quickly forget that it's 7.5% ABV, and that's the turbocharged on drugs man's brown ale about this beer. It's got a lot of brown sugar, but then that bitterness comes through on the end, the malt and the hops comes through, that chocolate coffee caramel comes through, the bitterness from the hops certainly do come through. You wouldn't normally say that about a Guinness. It's lovely. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please, if you can, I know it's difficult. I know sometimes you're probably sitting there or standing there or looking at your phone watching this review thinking, how on earth he got hold of a bottle of this? But it's available. You can kind of get a similar version in Asda's. Get the foreign extra from Guinness. It's 7.5% ABV. You can see where this beer, it's kind of been along the treadmill a few times. See the markings along there? Great stuff. Great to see that even the bottle's been reused. This is a great kind of feeling to know that this beer's come all the way from Nigeria. Thanks for watching me, Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our craft beer reviews, and cheers.